Oh God, who am I?
Hello, welcome everyone to Nuuli Forged. Welcome, thank you for tuning in. I am your host, Jared. I will be your dungeon master. I'm not really your host. I'm just your dungeon master.
And now,
and now, coming down the
Amanda.
main runway, we're going to go around and do a little bit of an introduction for those who may be watching and haven't tuned in before. Thank you. You're the best. Feel free to give us a follow at any time. And hopefully fun things happen when that happens if I fix things. So cool. So we're going to go around, give a little intro, and I would like everyone to tell me what your character's favorite, what their favorite color is this week. So we will learn some favorite colors. So let's start up in this top corner over here with Spoot. Spoot, go ahead. Introduce yourself.
Oh, no. Spoot's still thinking about what his favorite color is.
Yeah.
It's tree bark brown. But there's a certain shade of tree bark from the swamps where he's from. It's quite beautiful. At night under the moonlight. That's his favorite color.
Yes. And you are Matt playing Spoot.
I'm Matt playing Spoot. Poorly picking a favorite color.
Nope, you are Spoot.
No,
I am now Spoot. I can only speak as him.
And let's go down to Greg.
Hi, I'm Amber. I play Greg, who is the goblin artificer off to seek fame and fortune. And my favorite color is green, because I've never really seen green when I was growing up. And then the first time I saw it, I was like, whoa.
Good reasons. And how about Carolee?
I'm Sarah, and I'm playing Carolee, the half-elven druid. And Carolee's favorite color is the shade of green that oak leaves are when they first open in the spring.
Wow, nice. And how about Adis?
Hi, my name's Tanner. I'm playing Adis. I would say mine is like a violet or a teal.
Ooh, very cool. Unfortunately, we do not have our Warforged defect with us this week. He is out, Mike is out traversing the wilds of Colorado, I believe, hiking.
Just say he's in the Feywilds. He'll be back.
I mean, pretty much he is. It is Colorado. So defect will be on silent mode. Yeah. And if any kind of shenanigans happen, I might just have him hit things, because that's kind of what he does anyway.
Yep.
He is fairly predictable that way.
He is. So when last we played...
Just set him on autopilot.
Exactly. When last we played, our intrepid adventurers had made their way towards the... Well, actually, they got to the village of Red Sand, the town of Red Sand, which is perched atop a massive plateau right on one of the southern edges of it. All the sand and stone around it is red for some reason. Nobody's really inquired why. There is a mine there that they heard about, but they were successful in delivering the Worm's Beacon, an object which they had been questing for, to the individual who had put out the request for it to be returned to them. Upon delivering it, they learned a few things. They learned that in some ruins to the south, there might be the possibility of some reward that has been going on there, and they investigated the latest returned leader of such an investigation into those areas at the local tavern. And Defect tried to eat for the first time, which we have yet to see how that resolves.
Perhaps that's why he's gone silent for a while.
He's contemplating the nature of existence right now, so...
We were also stuck on the world map for a while because we couldn't move without engaging in an encounter.
Yeah.
It's true. But great. So they have all gone to bed in an attempt to get a long rest in the various 3 rooms. What are the sleeping arrangements, out of curiosity? You're all in the Tradewind Inn.
I assume I'm with my slave, companion.
Whoa.
Whoa.
At worst, he is a minion.
Grig and Defect definitely share a room.
Okay.
All right. I guess that leaves us for the 3rd room.
The bed is all yours. I'll just be in my shell on the floor in the corner.
There are 2 beds, so if you want a bed, you can use one.
Well, that's okay. It doesn't really do much for me.
Okay. If anybody needs, if you really want your privacy, you can use this other bed. Defect just kind of sits, so.
Just stands in the corner.
Yeah.
There's a little
not in a
sleep
creepy
mode.
manner.
Not creepy at all.
Looming, watching.
Is that creepy? It's just defect.
Yeah, it's like the Tin Man.
He's growing on us.
A very murderous Tin Man.
Indeed. So, Greg, kind of, you nestle into your own little bed, however you prefer to sleep. Defect kind of stands and sits in a corner and just kind of shuts down. Carolee, you get into a very comfortable bed. It's surprisingly comfortable, given how it's a very kind of generic inn. It's not like the most posh, but it's nice. It's decent. And it obviously gets enough visitors that they are able to keep things up to snuff. Spoot, you pull into your shell and just sleep that way. Is that what you do? Okay. And Adis, you watch as the Mighty Mees does a couple like pushes against the bed and kind of messes up the blankets and kind of makes it more like a nest, and then just kind of curls onto it.
Does he chase his tail a few times before he lies down?
No, but he does kind of like keep pushing things once he's nestled in there and just kind of pushing around.
The day we lose Mees, says a party member, is the day Spoot walks out.
Oh, gauntlet
Harsh.
thrown.
Harsh.
Greg has definitely taken all of the pillows in the room and the blankets and made like a nest, like a little fort nest thing between
You've
the
got a
beds. It's
fort.
not on a bed, but
I
they've
see.
made
So between the beds, you've made a little.
a nice little nook. Yeah.
I love it. Very cool. And Adis, you nuzzle down into bed, however you choose to nuzzle down into the bed.
Like a boring human.
Stupid humans.
So you all go into your various states of rest. Adis, as you fall into a deep sleep, you begin to turn restless, tossing, turning, and your dreams are filled with memories. Memories of lessons that you learned growing up. Memories of weeks spent learning how to properly read and discover wayfinder marks. Of how they work, of what powers them, and what they can do.
Oh dear, you scared him away.
Oh. Ooh.
You said dreams, he interpreted nightmares.
Oh no.
Good night.
They weren't that scary of a dream. Jeez. Adis just woke up from reality for a moment. So dreams of how they work, of what powers them, and of what they can do. And then you're in the forest, staring at the wayfinding mark on the stone in the center of your village. You look at it, you read what it means, and a faceless voice tells you, each wayfinding stone is linked to the plane that the mark depicts. If the marks are damaged, this could result in tears between the planes. If you find the damaged mark, and the voice fades, almost as if it's been cut off. The answer to your question eludes your subconscious. You know it exists, but you toss and you turn until finally you fade into a deeper, dreamless sleep. And unbeknownst to you, a single tear of frustration falls to your pillow.
Aww.
Spoot. In the comfort of your warm, cozy shell, you dream of roads and horizons. You dream of the roads you have traveled and the horizons you have seen. And you see a familiar sign, one you have carved fairly recently. Standing next to that sign, you see a smiling human man of indeterminate age, in worn clothing, finely made, but well worn, and boots to match, with a well-carved, intricate walking stick. He turns to face you as you approach. His smile is warm and welcoming. And he approaches you as you approach him, and he nods towards the sign approvingly. He takes in a moment with you, and then he puts a hand out to your shoulder and turns you around. And suddenly you see a vast desert laid out before you. You see sand dunes, and you see rock formations rising, and a clear, open blue sky horizon before you. you see the sun rising on your left. This image is the last one you remember as your dream fades and you return to a calm, restful slumber inside your cozy little shell. Everyone begins to wake up in the following morning. You have all gained a long rest, so you can recharge any abilities and spell slots and such things. Make your spell choices.
I like rest.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And the day is yours to do with what you will. So I ask you, what will you do?
I take Mighty Mees
Sorry.
to the mine.
Okay.
Gonna skip breakfast?
Sure.
Well, so, fine. We will eat breakfast.
Okay. Yeah. The Tradewind has a very basic kind of breakfast of a cereal of some sort. It costs 3 coppers for a bowl and a morning beverage of some sort of pressed fruit juice. But you're not sure where it came from, but they have it.
Yeah, where do they get fruit in the desert?
Well, they're not a
The
desert.
desert?
They're a plateau. They're a plains-based plateau. They just have a lot of
Oh.
red sand around.
Fair enough.
All right, so I guess I'll get that for me and the Mees, and then I'll pay for it.
Okay, very cool.
I
And
think
then
I will also.
the mines.
Okay, great.
I'll also go down and have breakfast.
Cool. Yeah, you can all get that that same breakfast for that same price of 3 coppers.
Can I ask a quick clarifying question?
Yes.
Did Adis tell us all the stuff that like he talked to Burl about? Because we didn't all go over and hang out with him together.
Oh, I assume like when I came back to the table, I would have
Cool.
relayed everything.
Yeah, so you all know that they uncovered a well in the Threll ruins and then were immediately attacked by kobolds. And
But
kind of had to...
signs of dragons, even though the Mees tells us there's a dragon.
Right.
Yeah. Correct.
Okay.
So you ask for directions to the mines and you are given them. As you make your way through what is called Forge Town, you can see 8 major kind of blacksmithies all along the part of town. And there's all different kinds, and it seems there's people running about working on various things. But you pass through that. Directly on the opposite side of that part of town are the mines of red sand. And it is a vast operation. It seems most of the town works here. A good probably 300 people are in various groups kind of lining up to begin their day. And you see one short, squat figure on a little platform kind of barking orders and quotas to various groups. And they are eventually sent down the various mine shafts, and away they go. The shafts are big holes open in the ground itself. So they're not like going into a cave. They're just pits that they lower into with some kind of cranking devices and shuffle down that way. It doesn't take too long for the elevators, for lack of a better term, the platforms to raise back up. So it's fair enough to assume that it's probably not that far down to the mines itself. But there are signs and gates and kind of keeping people off for their own safety. But you approach and you can see that there is a youngish kind of dwarf, beard down to like the top of his chest. Just kind of standing there, making sure nobody comes in or out. As you approach with Mees, hello, how can I help you? You looking for work?
I'm not, but my companion here likes to be underground, and so I was seeing if maybe he would be interested in working here, if he could, work.
Oh, hi. Uh-oh. We may have lost Tanner.
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
So choked up.
It just froze for a second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, hey. We got no problems with a kobold who can follow the rules. We have had a few in the past. They've been perfectly fine. You can go talk to the overseer. He's in that office building on the other side. Go right on through.
Okay, thank you. Come on, Mees.
Okay. You go through, you go into the building. It is a small kind of shed. There's a little desk in there and all kinds of filing cabinets and parchments and scales of various metals and kind of things that seem to measure quality and quantity of various ores and such. Behind the desk, looking up as you enter, you see another dwarf. Middle-aged, kind of a long, dusty, bushy black beard with a little bit of gray just barely beginning to streak through. He looks up as you enter. And what can I do for you? How are you today? Got a lot to go on. What can I do for you? Oh, you're muted.
Hi, my name's Adis, and this is the Mighty Mees. He, I've been traveling with him a bit, and he kind of misses being underground, where I'm not so fond, but he might seek employment here.
Aye? Is that true, boy? He looks over at Mees. Mees likes caves. Mines. Mees know how. Alright, I've got nothing against kobolds who work hard and follow the rules. As long as you do that, you can apply. Well, I suppose I should introduce myself. Name's Grander Wrongstone. I'm the overseer of the mines here. We do a lot of mining in iron, and that's why there's so much red sand all over the place. High iron content. It's our biggest export, and what powers most of Forge Town across the way there. We do some other mining deeper for more precious items, the occasional gemstone, but it's mostly iron and ore that keeps the mines going. Now, that all being said, why don't you and I go have a little chat there, Mr. Mees, was it? And we'll see if we can get you sorted. And he proceeds to lead Mees into what seems to look like an equipment shed, which, if you want to follow, you can, although he doesn't invite you.
No, I'll just, when Mees is walking away, Mees, I'll either be at the tavern or I have some shopping to do at the blacksmithies.
Okay. Mees find Adis.
All right, have fun. And
Yeah.
I'll...
And the dwarf, as you now know his name to be Grander Rungstone, doesn't stop. He kept walking. Mees kind of turns around and runs really quick to catch up to him. And you can hear them talking as they enter the thing. It seems that this Rungstone appears to be very single-minded, but fair.
My boy's having his first job interview.
Fantastic. So he goes off there, and you wanted to go to one of the smithies? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I just want to check out their arrow collection just to see if there's anything better than I have already.
All right. So as I said, you walk through what is called Forge Town, and you can see 8 distinct smithies. Go ahead, make an investigation check.
Or if there's a better bow, I'll just kind of general archery equipment look.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
You said investigation?
Yep.
I almost rolled my own dice.
All right. Yeah. Cool. So with a 10, you do see that there is one that has a a sword and a bow, and like a crossed sword and a crossed bow, in one of the front of the shops. I mean, and by front of the shops, I mean in front of the open working areas, because all the forges are kind of out facing the road. And so you head up to that one, I assume.
Yeah.
And you can see that there is a tall, fairly thin but well-muscled tiefling hammering out what appears to be an axe blade. Ting, 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 ting.
Hello, sir?
Well, don't get too caught up in such titles, but hello. How are you? My name is Grip. What can I do for you?
I was just seeing if you had any, good arrows or bows, or just, maybe something better than I already have.
Oh, sure. I've got a few. I've got arrows of all sorts. How many are you looking for?
About 25.
Oh, I can do that. I can sell you 25 for 1 gold, 4 silver.
All right, I'll hand it over.
Fantastic. They give you the arrows. They're very well made, and the tips shine a little bit in kind of a swirly formation. It's very interesting.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yep. Yes, made with 100% red sand ore.
This is a very unique metal. I haven't had these on my arrows before.
Well, the metal's neither here nor there. It's all in the technique, you see. That's how you get the patterns. It's all in the folding of it. Most people don't waste it on arrows, but I'd like to think they add a little something special to my clientele.
It certainly does. I like it.
Wonderful. Now, as for bows, I have a couple of long bows. There's nothing too fancy, but you might find the cosmetics appealing. Come on in. And he kind of ushers you into the showroom. Or they usher you into the showroom, I should say.
As I say with cosmetics, you can't fight crime if you ain't cute. Do it.
Well, that's fair. I like that. That's good. Well, as you can see, I have a few longbows up. And you can see in front of you, there are 4 on the walls. One is very plain, just kind of basics. One is carved with a twisting, like twisted iron motif. It's not made of iron, but it's got that kind of coloring and work on the bow itself to make it look as though it were. There's another one that is blue and yellow in kind of a pleasing pattern. And another one that is more elaborately shaped, kind of fanciful scroll worked on the ends where you would string the bow, and a little bit of a more fluid design as opposed to just being straight pieces of wood.
Looking at these, do any, if I try these out, do any of them feel different than a standard bow, or just?
They all seem to function more or less as your own bow does. They're very well made, but they don't appear to have any special properties or additives, if that's what you're asking.
How much for each of the bows?
Well, the plain one is what is it? The plain bow.
Sounds like you can haggle, Adis.
Yeah. They do seem they do seem a little bit scatterbrained.
With my -1 charisma.
Yeah. The plain longbow can go for about 50 gold. The iron inspired bow is 53 gold. The blue and yellow, that's for artistic purposes. It's one of my personal favorites. That's 60 gold. And the elegant bow is 75 gold. If you're interested in such a thing. They all work more or less the same. They're all tested, all approved, and all guaranteed not to break unless massive force exceeding 400 pounds is applied.
So specific.
So if Spoot sits on them, you're in trouble.
Right?
Sitting is static force. It might not
Force
be
is
as
different
much
than
as you
weight.
think.
There is that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Very right.
Yes.
Yes.
But
Thank
the act of sitting down is a force.
It's your boat, your money.
I know. Do the math.
I don't have quite that much on me right now, but I do have a quest that me and my companions are going out on, so I might come back for one of these after we get paid.
Oh well, I'd be happy to sell you one when you can purchase one, I suppose.
Do you know any leather workers in town?
Leather workers. Yeah. There's well, are you looking for armor or for just like tent work?
I have a bunch of teeth, pelts, and claws to sell.
You might want to try. Well, you could try, I suppose, over at Hella's. What kind of teeth and claws?
I have claws and teeth from giant dire hyenas.
Oh.
And
Well,
then fangs from this strange creature we saw that's kept like phasing in and out of existence.
oh my. Well, you could try Hella. She might be interested. Or there's Frack. But he's a little, well, dangerous. And Raisin. Raisin might want them for artistic purposes.
Oh, I do love a good artist. Maybe I'll go check him. But do I?
Well, Raisin's a she, actually. But...
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Do any of them sell armors?
Well, both Raisin and Hella, they're both armor smiths. Raisin works armor, but she's mostly in it for the art. Creates beautiful sculptures out of iron and various other metals. Hella's more practical. And Frack, well, he likes to experiment with things. That's why his shop's a little more away from everybody else's.
Interesting. Where's Hella and Frack?
They give you directions to the appropriate places.
Okay. Well, I will go. I'll try Hella first and try to get rid of all this stuff I'm carrying.
Okay. Yeah. So Hella's shop. You see that you get there. You see this very large, like armed, muscled human woman, with a thicker midsection and very short cropped hair and a piece of cloth of some kind around her head, and a big leather apron kind of covering her as she's just smashing away on some big piece of metal that she's hammering out and forging.
Excuse me, are you Hella?
Yes.
Hi, I just have some pelts and claws I, acquired on my trip here, and I was just looking to get rid of them. Sell them.
One moment, and she kind of hammers for a few more seconds and puts a thing kind of back, like on the edge of a big coal furnace to kind of keep it warm enough. All right. So you're looking to sell. Well, what sort of pelts do you have? The claws I can't really do too much with, but...
I'll just, take the two giant hyena pelts I have on my back out.
Oh, very interesting. These are nice. I would say... cost of getting them tanned... I could give you 2 gold each for them.
Sure. And I'll also give her the 4 rabbit pelts. Do you use these for anything?
Sometimes I use them for padding. I suppose for all 4, I could give you another 2 silver.
All right. Do you want the teeth and claws, or not particularly?
They're not really of any value to me personally.
Well, have you seen anything like this before? And I'll pull out the fangs and claws from the displacer beast.
She looks at it, and she's. I mean, they look like fangs and claws to me.
Oh, okay. They were off a strange beast I encountered, so I wasn't sure. All right. Well, that's about it for all I have to sell. So I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem whatsoever. These will come in handy, I'm sure, for leather armors and such. So, all right. Well, have a good day.
You too.
And she just kind of rolls up all the pellets and goes into the shop and kind of throws them on something, and then comes right back out and back to her forge.
Okay. Well, and then I'll just head back to the tavern.
Okay. Meanwhile, those who are still within the trade wind, Greg, Spoot, Carolee, do you have anything you would like to do in this meantime?
Hey, Spoot, you said you would teach me Draconic.
Yeah, I think now's a good time since we've both had.
Don't
breakfast.
open the tent in the bar.
I'm not. I said Draconic.
Adis is not there.
That's right. You're not even there. You don't even know. I could open the tent if I wanted to. You're not my real mom.
I tell you what, I don't know this this town at all, or this area very well, for that matter. Do you want to find somewhere nice to just sit outside while we practice?
Sure. Whatever you say. Whatever you say. I don't care. Yeah, teach me.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go, and then I'll kind of get up and go outside.
All right.
What's that in Draconic? What's that in Draconic? What's that? What's that?
We'll start with. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Just to find a nice place, just make a quick investigation check for me, Spoot.
Okay. My best roll.
All right. So as far as you know,
This part of dirt looks good.
yeah, it all looks pretty nice.
Right here in the middle of the road.
There's people walking around occasionally. There's a few men and women just going about their day.
I came out here in part too because I was gonna take a moment to sketch in my journal a few things, but if Grig is gonna start like firing off questions, I'm gonna be suddenly like, oh, okay, well, let's start with the basics.
You have met Greg, right?
I know, I should have seen.
I'm
this
like a
guy.
dog with a bone when there's a puzzle at hand.
So we'll start with road, and we'll kind of go from there. I think we'll avoid city features for now, and maybe just teach you a few nature specific ones. How's that sound?
Sure. Whatever's useful. I want it to be useful.
Okay. Well, road's pretty useful. If you're ever lost, you can ask somebody how to get back to the road, Draconic.
Okay. But what if we find kobolds and they're saying something about, like weapons? I need to know weapons.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. So, well, what is a common weapon that a kobold would use? And do I need to roll anything for that?
No, you can muse on this as you discuss. Carolee, while Spoot and Greg go outside and sit in the dirt, what would you like to do?
I'm
I'll teach you
gonna
dirt.
I'm gonna stay inside where I'm not sitting in the dirt, and enjoy my breakfast and maybe see if there's any other travelers to strike up a conversation with.
Go ahead and make a perception check. Oh, a 21. Okay. So early in the morning, the Tradewind Inn seems a lot calmer than it did previously. You do notice a few people in the bar, however, or in the tavern floor.
In the floor?
On the tavern. In the tavern, on the floor that you're on, whatever. You do notice the same man who Adis talked to last night, sitting at the same table, head on the table, snoring loudly. Might not have gone up to his room the previous evening. You see the the two owners, the two humans, one's a female, one's a male, kind of clearing up after the things. And you see a tiefling in clothing that is much more patchwork than most people you've seen before. It's not well made. It seems to be purposefully made of all different styles of material. There's an overcoat. He seems to be a male tiefling. There's an overcoat that is thrown over the back of his chair. He's got a deep red skin color, horns that curl like rams, and his eyes are silver orbs.
Cool. Have any caffeinated beverages available?
They have juice. You can have more juice. They don't seem to have coffee.
Nope.
They might have tea. They might have tea.
I was thinking about perhaps bringing our drunk friend something to wake him up a little.
They do have what they call wake up juice, which they say you probably don't want to know what's in it.
Cool. Sounds delightful. I'm going to I'll take a glass of that, and I'm going to bring it over to our drunk friend and see if he might be interested in chatting this morning.
Sure. The wake up juice costs you 7 copper.
All right.
But yeah, he's just.
Good morning, sir. Tap him on the shoulder.
What? What?
I brought you this. It looked like you could need it. Looked like you might need it. Words are hard.
More beer?
Try this first.
He swigs it and kind of groggily gets up. And as soon as he kind of swallows it, a few seconds passed, and then his eyes shoot wide. And he goes, "Oh my gods! What in the 9 hells did you put in that? Oh, it's horrible! Oh my god! Oh, 1 minute!" And he gets up and runs outside, and just is gone. The next thing you notice, Spoot and Grig, is the guy Burl from last night just rushes right past you and kind of goes around a corner and vomits all over the place, like hardcore, over and over again for like a good 2 minutes. And then just kind of, and kind of brushes himself off, goes over to a rain barrel and kind of splashes a little bit of water, rinses his mouth out, spits it out. Ugh. And then turns and goes back in the bar, noticing you, and he goes, sorry about that. And just goes back into the bar. Carolee, you see him return. And he kind of stumbles over to the table where you are. He's like, well, that'll kick you in the teeth in the morning. And he plops back down in the chair.
They did tell me I didn't want to know what was in it, so I took their word for that.
Yeah, it's probably not something anyone should know.
Well,
is there a reason you wanted to wake me up?
Well, now that you're awake, I was we heard a bit about your recent adventures last night, but you were not in a very aware state to give us very much detail, and I thought, you might want to tell me some more about your recent adventures.
Well, what did I tell you, and what do you want clarification on?
Well, I heard you were off in some caves nearby.
Well, no. We were out in the arid waste, kind of trying to set up a base camp, kind of further research down that way, and we're at the Thrill Ruins, which are 4 days into the desert. It's the last real place anybody knows, and well, we spent a couple days there, found the ancient well, and were able to uncover it, unearth it, and get it open. And right after we got it open, we got ambushed by a bunch of those kobolds.
Ah, of course. Well, not the caves. I clearly was also enjoying myself much too much last night about this.
Well, they got good beer here, and he kind of looks over and kind of makes a little motion. And as you look, the human male, Josh, looks over and he's kind of like, "Oh, sure." And then he gets smacked on the back of the head by the female, and she's like, "No."
So, what were you looking for in these ruins?
Honestly, we weren't looking for anything in the ruins themselves. We were going to investigate them, see if there was anything more to find. But really, we were hoping to make kind of a permanent encampment there, kind of build an outpost for places to go further into the arid waste. It's treacherous too much beyond the Threll. Threll you can get to more or less without too much of a hassle. It's dangerous, don't get me wrong. It's not like it's a patrolled road or anything.
Right.
There's creatures of all sorts. There's gnolls and snake folk and all manners of beasties.
Yeah, we've seen some interesting ones ourselves out there.
Yeah, there's a few that really like living down that way. I was kind of surprised that these kobolds just came out of nowhere. Must have been hiding in one of the ruined buildings, I suppose. But we were hoping to make the entire place, clear it out a bit, get the ruins more up to snuff, and create a place where others could come and pay for lodging out there and explore further into the arid wastes. That was the goal. But we got waylaid.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Well, thank you. Ruined me. I have nothing left. I used whatever funds I had left to pay off everyone who came with me as much as I could, because I couldn't pay them what I had promised, but I paid them everything I had, and so now this is it. I'll probably be joining the mines pretty soon to make some money again.
I see.
Why are you asking anyway? Who are you?
I'm sorry. We were just we're adventurers that just came into town, and when we first got here, your expedition was all anyone could talk about. So we were,
Oh, yeah, well, we made quite a scene struggling in about a week and a half ago. Most of us were pretty dehydrated and sun-sickened, but nobody died, thankfully. That would have been worse. Are you gonna head out to the ruins? Is that your plan?
Sure what our plan is at this point. I'm traveling with a number of other people, so it depends a little bit on what we all learn in town, and if we find another assignment, another quest.
Well, certainly if it's ends up being safe to return to Threll, I'd like to do that. I'd still like to get that place up and running. But with kobolds there, I mean, it's probably going to be dangerous for folks. So there was at least 5, maybe 6 who jumped the 3 of us.
An odd place for a small band of kobolds to be hanging out.
Yeah, pretty much. Especially since we didn't find them in any of the buildings we checked. So they must have been squirreled away somewhere smart.
Well, you did mention a well.
Oh, but they weren't in the well. It's not like they came up out of it.
All right. Well,
we pulled the cover off the cistern, and cleared away the sand, and pulling up a fresh barrel of water to test it. Seemed okay. And then from behind us, boom. We started getting rocks pelted at us, a couple of spears thrown. They started chasing. We had to run. We didn't have any weapons with us.
oh,
All our
That's-
weapons were with our gear. I mean, we had weapons, but not on us at that moment in time.
I see.
Probably wasn't the smartest thing, but we didn't think there was anything in the ruins. Because we had searched it all, so we thought we were safe.
I see. Well, I'm very sorry for your misfortune, sir, and I wish you all the best of luck.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it.
And I guess I'm going to mosey on out and join my friends, since there's apparently nothing more to learn here.
Oh. Well. All right. I mean, if you want to stay, I mean, I don't know if you've eaten breakfast yet or anything, but I haven't had a breakfast companion in a while, so, you know.
You're making a friend.
You can make an insight check if you want. Like, you can do that.
All right. Apparently feeling very perceptive and insightful today.
Yeah, with a 21, you get a sense that he finds you attractive. You know. And once again, he's a burly, bearded, kind of average height. There does seem to be like a sadness in his eyes that might be being sparked away at the prospect of meeting a attractive young woman.
I'm going to, wish him a good day and go see what they're doing outside.
Okay. All right, you have a good day too.
Oh, now he's extra sad.
Aww.
Aww.
He gets up and goes over to the bar and starts talking to Josh. Carolee, you come out and Greg and Spoot are throwing words around in a language you don't really understand. Because you don't speak Draconic, right?
I do not speak Draconic, no.
It's very harsh.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, let me get this straight. It's right? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. That guttural sort of in the back of your nose is
Yeah,
important.
and that's like goblin. That's a little like goblin. Okay.
Yeah,
And
I
then
think
it's yeah,
And
something like
this
that.
is when Adis rejoins the group. Defect is just kind of standing there, like just looking at everything that passes by, just kind of taking it all in.
So for everyone's like, Defect is the only other one that speaks Draconic. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. Does he chuckle at this? Does he Is the translation that Greek has given enough for him to pick up on it?
Defect seems to totally be ignoring what's going on and is just watching everybody who goes by and kind of looking at them, kind of sizing them up, and a lot of people
really...
are looking at him too. So
Yeah.
He's not really known for his
Last
sense
time-
of humor.
Well, you don't know. He's hilarious. Well, also like the last time that we were in a town, like he got seriously messed with.
yeah, he seems to be on like high alert mode, very observant mode. So
I see. So I'll kind of, I'm gonna say maybe I have my back turned so I don't necessarily see Adis walk up, and I'm gonna kind of repeat it back to Greg again, like, yeah, just take a little more time between the words for now, and then I'll say it, again. Repeat.
Greg,
What?
you sound sick.
No, I'm learning Draconic.
Oh,
Oh,
interesting.
hey, Adis. Maybe we
Hi.
should go to some other words.
What? Oh yeah. Okay. I mean, if you say so.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
I've got this book. I really want to learn to read this book that I found in the Cobalt Cave.
Oh yeah,
That's the real reason. I forgot
Well,
about it until the other day.
it'll probably take a while till you can read an entire book, but I mean, maybe together we can go through a few things, and I can teach you some keywords to look at, so you can start to learn how to skim.
Nice. Yeah.
It's not a very complex language when written, except the runes start to look the same after a while.
That
That's
makes
a
sense
whole
to me.
other-
Grig, can you hold on to 80 arrows for me?
All right, here. Put them in the bag.
Great. So just mark that there are now 80 arrows in your bag.
Yep.
I should be stocked, hopefully, for a while.
So your shopping was successful this morning.
If you pull out one of the arrows, look at the metal pattern on this. It's like ripples in water.
Ooh.
That's very fascinating. Some good craftsmanship here.
Yeah, apparently it's a specialty. And also the sand is red because it's heavy in iron.
Oh, it's funny. I meant to ask about that.
Yeah, the foreman. I dropped Mees off at the mines.
Oh,
You sound like you dropped him off at school for the first day.
I had his first interview.
Oh.
I
Well,
dropped him off at the mines for an interview with the foreman, and then he said that the sand is red because of the minerals.
I
Fascinating.
wonder if it's maybe not the best for breathing in, then, if it contains all that heavy metal.
That's what I've been thinking.
Hmm.
Maybe we should wear masks.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, it's not windy right now. It's not like we're kicking it up.
Well,
Y'all
we're
are
mining
sitting in
it.
the dirt.
when it gets windy, maybe we should just not breathe in metal.
Yeah.
In fact, can you breathe metal? Or does it get in the joints? Like, is that a...
Defect doesn't really respond. He's very intent on like scanning and eyeballing each person like walking by.
Okay.
And
Grig is gonna-
and right now he's watching a group of like townsguard as they walk by, just kind of keeping an eye on them.
Grig is gonna sidle up and just like very subtly just like poke his finger. Just be like checking in.
He looks down at you for a moment and just kind of nods, and then goes back to looking at the townsguard.
Okay.
The little rings in his eyes are like
Like,
scanning
I'm
targets.
just watching.
Well, we
Cool.
don't have to stay here much longer, do we? Should we get packed up and ready for the next adventure? Are we trying to
Do
see?
we have an next adventure?
Yeah, I thought we were going to see what that well is all about that Adis told us about last night.
Yeah.
Well, I was just
I'm
talking
down.
to the guy. He's chatty this morning, but he didn't really have much else to tell us that was useful.
Well, hopefully all that we come across are kobolds. Though I don't know if it would be better to leave Mees behind and avoid some potential awkward encounters, or if it'd be better to have him as sort of a liaison.
I was thinking about that, but if it doesn't end up well, do we really, I don't know if he has any close relations with said kobolds.
I guess he did used to work with them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or the dragon, if it's still there.
if it comes to that, yeah.
Yeah.
But Jared, would I know enough about like kobold like hierarchy and family to know if they really have like close kinship or
Make an intelligence roll. Make an intelligence check.
so the answer is probably no.
I'm gonna say that you have advantage because you know a little bit about kobolds based on where you're from. So
Was it a saving throw or just a
just a check.
just a check? Okay. Actually, I don't think it matters for me. It's the same because I'm not proficient.
Okay, great. So with an 18, you know that kobolds tend to be, they tend to care less about structure. They generally follow whichever creature is the strongest, and other than that, there's no like rank system, unless they're told to follow someone's orders for a certain mission, or they hold high regard for egg watchers, people who watch the kobold nests. Those kobolds are generally treated very well and with much honor. But kobolds grow up pretty quick. They don't have a long maturation process.
Would they also possibly war with each other if they had different bosses, for lack of a better term?
I mean, yeah, kobolds might compete for various resources, and anytime like two kobold factions fight, the fight may be long, but it's more likely to be short, and whichever leader is killed first, that side loses, and that losing side just automatically joins the stronger side. And then everybody's all the same kobold clan, so it doesn't matter as much.
Okay.
At least for the kobolds where you have experience. That seems to be what they do.
I'll take this information, and then sort of my takeaway for the group will be, I can't say for certain that the Mighty Mees standing as a sort of chief over his little cave, it may not have any influence on this group of kobolds in terms of making them friendly to us. It might, but I just don't know.
But it also might just be awkward. Like, here, my new friends are going to kill my old friends.
That's more what I'm worried about, and I'd
Yeah.
rather not slaughter another group of kobolds if possible, but
I mean, I've killed other goblins. It's not a big deal.
I just don't want to kill more of his friends in front of him, if possible.
well, how soon will we know how the interview at the mines went?
I was figuring we can wait around here for another couple of hours.
Okay. Well, that's more time to study some language.
The dwarf seemed very chatty, so it might be a bit.
Greg, what do you say for we study for another hour or until you get bored, and then I'd just like a little bit of time to walk around and kind of take in my surroundings and take a look
Sure,
at
sure,
the
sure.
geographic.
Sure. So over these next couple hours, is there anything specific anybody wants to accomplish? Otherwise, we'll fast forward.
I'll just sit down and play my flute.
Okay.
I was tempted to go find some gambling, but it's kind of the middle of the day. There's probably not any.
Fair enough.
Maybe Greg wants to find some of this fancy metal.
Some of this fancy metal.
The
Like his arrowheads.
the rippled arrowheads that I have.
Oh. Greg is distracted by Draconic.
I was imagining they kind of look like Damascus steel.
Pretty much, yeah.
Sounds like it, yeah. Well,
That's
Greg, what are some more important words you think you might want to learn first? It'll take a while, I'm sure, to string a full sentence.
Yeah, so you go into teacher mode and you begin. I mean, it's going to be more than like a couple hours to learn a language. So this is going to be an ongoing process.
Yeah, and to be clear, my goal is like I have this kobold spell book written in Draconic.
Yeah.
Have we taken a look at that yet, or is that something Greg sort of like tucked away?
I grabbed it and tucked it away. I may or may not have shown it to you yet.
I don't think you have.
Like
You
in this
can
lesson.
if you want to.
I haven't until up until today. I think I would show it to you, but not with Adis around. So
I think
sure.
the most you got from your check was that you realized it's a spell book and it, but like the glyphs and stuff, but you can't read it.
exactly.
Yeah, my understanding of the written language of Draconic, it's glyphs. It's it's not like letters.
Right. But now I've seen it, so it's like,
Yeah, and
like on the chest.
yeah, and you're getting a feel for it. Like you might be able to learn some stuff in a couple of days of study or something.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, if this can be a cumulative thing, I'm happy to just work on it with Greg.
Yeah. So a couple hours go by. Are you going to wander the town at all, Spoot, or are you just?
Yeah, I think after that first, like another hour maybe we'll get to a stopping point, then I'll just take the last hour to just sort of wander. I want to take some notes in my journal, maybe sketch a few landmark things, the geography of the place.
Okay.
It's a unique landscape for me.
Yeah, and once again, like the town itself has like red stone walls around it. So it's fairly well protected.
So I might have to venture outside the walls to see anything of real importance then.
Yeah, I mean, it's not hard to do. Like there are watchtowers at each gate, and there's like a bunch of different gates. that all close very easily, and there's a couple of town guards at each one.
All right.
So it's easy enough to like walk around and like take a look at things.
I might go peek out one, like, I don't know, the north gate or something, and not really go around, but just look out. And
Okay.
I think in my mind it's going to take an hour, but knowing me and the speed I move, they'll probably have to confine me.
Yeah. So you go out the north gate, and as soon as you go out and you take a look, you can see the vast expanse of the plateau that you're currently on. And you can see a few like farms that are like herding kind of farms. Like you see herds of cattle and goats and various other things kind of off on the sides. But in the distance, you see a single solitary mountain peak rising from nothing and piercing the clouds.
That sounds like a fun adventure.
Yep. And the sun is still like rising. It's about to get to midday. So it's coming up on what would be your right, I suppose, as you look to the north. But yeah. So that's like the predominant landmark that you see out of the north gate. I mean, and based on the detail you can see, it is days away from you, and you can still see it. It is dominating the landscape.
Oh. Great. I'll take a little sketch of this and a couple of notes in my journal, and
Great.
judging from the time of day, start to head back to where I last saw my party.
Cool. So you head back to the tavern. Around this time, various people start entering the tavern for lunch. It seems like the mines have let out for lunch break. And it is the warmest part of the day, so that's also probably a reason why. And Mees comes scampering up to aid us really quickly. Mine boss thinks Mees do good work. Me's been offered a job at mines. But Mees has to check with Boss Adis first.
That's fantastic, Mees. I mean, do you like the work? Would you be happy?
Mees like caves.
Would you be happy?
He kind of looks at you questioningly. Mees doesn't understand.
Maybe it's a different word. Is Spoot around or no?
Yeah,
Oh,
Spoot's
he's still
there.
on.
Spoot
How
comes
big's the
up
town?
around this time.
Spoot, is there a different meaning for happy in Draconic, or is there a different word?
You know, it's one of. I'm not sure they have a direct translation. Happy,
There is.
and there is. Okay, I just said that because.
Yeah.
Trying to ask him if he'd be more happy in the mines.
Sure, and I'll do my best to translate that sentence into Draconic.
Mees looks over at you, Spoot, kind of quizzically, and then back up at Adis like, so like when you eat food? Because
Yeah.
Mees eat food in mines, Mees eat foods anywhere. Like,
I mean, would you like to be in the mines more than on the open road with us?
That's a good question.
Mees follow Adis. If Adis wants. Mees doesn't like the sun so much.
Well, that's something to take in, because we're going deeper into the desert, and we're going to where that dragon might be, and the other kobolds might be there.
Okay. Don't.
I think it might be best if you stay here for now. I mean, maybe work in the mines until we come back and then make a decision.
Oh, okay. I mean, Mees likes mines. Mees good with mines.
All right. Well, we'll be back maybe in about a week. I'll come find you.
Okay. And he just kind of like
So
looks at you like, what should I do now?
Insight check.
Yeah, you can make an insight check.
That's a good idea.
It's only a 6.
Mees is hard to read. You know, he's got that kobold face and everything.
You know, I would like to try it too. I haven't done near enough inside checks this time.
Okay, go for it.
So I also am sad if he leaves.
Okay, Spoot, with a 14, you get the sense that Mees really does like mines. Like, he's very happy in caves. But he's kind of unsure if he's actually being told to stay, or if it's some kind of weird ATIS test or something.
Okay. So I'll kind of gently put my claw on his shoulder and say,
Unmenacingly.
I don't know how he reacts to that, but it's okay, Spoot. Nothing's wrong. Like, we've been very happy, and I think Adis is just trying to look out for what is best for you. He wants to make sure that you're doing something that you enjoy, and he knows how much you like caves. So maybe if you decide after this week that the mines aren't for you, you can come back with us if you want.
Okay.
I think the little guy's ever made a decision for his. I don't know that he's ever made a decision for himself in his life.
No.
Listen, you.
He's always been told what to do.
Well,
It's
if you
possible.
don't want to go to the caves, you don't have to, Mees. That's all there is to it.
Well, Mees like caves.
Mees, listen, I will go to the tavern and I'll pay for a week for you to stay there.
Urgh.
You work in the mines for the next week. We will be back, and then let us know if you want to stay or if you want to come back with us. It's completely up to you.
Okay, boss.
All right?
Okay.
And then I will go into the tavern and I'll pay for the room for the week for Mees.
Yep, easy enough to do.
How much does it cost me?
For the week, they'll move him to a smaller room because it'll be just him. And the smaller room for a week will be 3 gold pieces.
All right.
Is it a single?
I mean, essentially, yeah. It's like just a sleeping room. It's not like a living place, but
A bunk.
Yeah, basically.
yeah, more or less.
All right, Mees. I mean, food you're going to have to cover for this week. But your room is paid for. And enjoy your work. We're going to head off into the desert, and it's going to be very bright, so you might want to stay in that cave.
Yeah. Just look out for snake people, for gnoll people, for burrowing things, for flying things, for crawly things.
Wow, Mees knows a lot
He's
about
taking care of you.
the things in this.
Me's been in desert before. Me's not like desert, but Me's know that desert has many bad things.
Yeah, I much prefer the forest. I'm not big on this desert thing, but thank you, Mees.
You know, I mean, yeah. Well, he knows a lot. Maybe Mees should come with us. I mean, I'm just saying. He likes caves, but he also knows the. I mean,
What if we only traveled at night?
Is night safer, Mees?
Me's travel at night. More things out at night.
Hmm,
We travel during the day.
okay.
Bad things out at day too.
Well, it looks like we're fucked either way, then.
Mees, have you been to this desert before?
Well, we're going to the ruins he set the dragons in.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he's been to this exact place already then.
Mees, I'll show him the map. You've been to this one, right?
Are you showing him the one that that you found in his cave?
That map kind of like next to our map. Like I'll put it on the ground just to like make it look as similar as it can.
Okay, yours is very detailed. Is more detailed. His is like kind of, charcoal on whatever piece he could find that he tore off of another thing, or that someone tore off of a thing. And it's more like landmarks. Yours is more topographical, I guess.
Is there any way to make it line up?
You make a survival check.
Scoot, you want to help me line this piece on the map up?
Sure. Well, I guess I can try with my clumsy old claws.
Okay. Well, with a natural 20, Adis, you figure it out and you're able to point it out to Mees, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Mees was supposed to go there. To that place for give old big boss stuff Mees got."
The stuff we took.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
Yeah. What's Big Boss's name again?
And no longer have.
Bassa-san?
Bassa-san.
Big boss. Yeah.
Well, I guess we should...
Why Spoot laugh?
No, it just means a different thing in Aquan.
Hmm?
We all speak many languages. All right. Well, what time of day is it right now?
It's midday.
I'll look at the rest of the party and just... Should we stay here one more night, or should we head out today? Get a little bit of travel in.
Well, we might want to do a lot of our traveling like at dusk and dawn, because otherwise we'll be under the sun.
I mean, the desert doesn't begin right at the bottom of the plateau. Like, it's a few days and then you hit the desert.
Oh.
So
We're also
I
not
think that we should go talk to that, whatever his name is, the smart guy with where we dropped off the thing. Amber doesn't remember any of the words.
That sounds like you were in character, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, Greg might not remember the words either. Stop off at Grassroots at Sandy Expeditions and get some supplies. If there's any like desert specific stuff that we might need, we can ask his advice. He's the one who wants to pay for this.
That's a good idea.
Like face coverings because of the red iron dust.
Yeah. Or like, special shovels, or I don't know what you need in the desert. I haven't been to the desert, but it's a thing.
Extra water skins.
Yes, extra water skins.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Let's go.
right.
Let's go to Sand Dune Expedition. Say yeah, we're gonna go look for the thing.
We might want to have create and destroy water.
Sure. So you can go to Sand Dune Expeditions. Paula 4 sees you and welcomes you back. Oh, hello! So nice to see you all again. I haven't learned too much, but what can I do for you?
So we're gonna go to the ruins. We're gonna find out the stuff. What do we need to do?
Oh. Well.
Do you got stuff to give us?
Well, what do you require? I can certainly sell you desert gear, desert robes to keep you a little bit more protected. The sunscreen or sun salve, I suppose. I have shovels and pickaxes and tents and water skins and a variety of tools you might require, or blankets and bedrolls. Tents, of course. Spades, brushes.
I think we have the tent covered. Anything to help protect us from the sun during the day.
Oh, well, in that case, and he goes through the process of selling you some desert gear.
Can I have a big hat?
Yeah, it includes like a big hat,
Is it like the rice picker hat? Because that's what I'm imagining for you.
Like a sombrero.
No, it's more like it's more akin to a sombrero, but
Dead.
either way, it is funny to see.
Yeah, the rice paddy hat is for rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's able to sell you each desert gear or desert robes or whatever you want to call it for 2 gold each.
Right.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, so the benefit of having that gear will make it so you don't have to make saves versus like sand and sunstroke. He's also got sun salve that you can buy for 1 silver a pot if you want.
I will buy some sunset.
I will as well.
Okay. Yeah.
What's it do?
It protects your skin from harmful sun exposure. Even beyond.
Yeah, all right.
I mean, the robes and the outer gear does that as well, the face masks and whatever. But there are parts that won't be covered. Your hands, your face. I mean, you can put it all over, but it's one thing or another.
Cool.
I think my fragile, turtled skin, used to the moistness of the swamps, is probably going to need a little extra.
Sure.
I would also like to get as many water skins as you have.
Oh, well, let's see. I have. I have 16 available if you would like all 16.
I think.
How much do they hold?
Well, they each hold 5 pounds of water. For all 16, they're normally 2 silver apiece. But if you bought them all, I could let them go for 15 silver.
Yeah.
That might be a little heavy, but we can put a lot of those on my shell.
Yeah, I got a place.
I think better safe than sorry, unless we knew someone that could create water at will. But we would still need a place to store it.
I can create water.
Well, either we carry a bunch of water skins or we carry a big barrel.
Well, Kirli said she can create the water, so we can just store
Create
it.
it as we need
Yeah,
it.
why don't we just keep like 5 water skins?
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
How many of us?
create it
There,
as
1, 2,
needed.
3, 4, 5.
Sure. 5 water skins.
All right.
5 water skins will be 10 silver pieces or 1 gold.
Okay.
Wow. It was almost cheaper to get 16 water skins.
Yeah, he was giving us a deal.
Yeah. It was. Since you were buying in bulk, but you are no longer buying in bulk, so.
We can buy in bulk. It'll fit. It's fine.
He sells you the 5 water skins.
Okay, great.
2 silver?
2 silver each.
So 1 gold.
Yep.
Okay.
Or each of us does the 2 silver each. That's fine.
Okay. I'll do that. And we can strap those onto my shell if you want, because I imagine each of us already has a water skin. These are just going to be reserves.
Yeah.
I got a bag of holding.
Yeah, if we put them in the bag of holding, they won't lose water.
And they won't spoil and they won't tear.
Oh, that's a great idea.
We'll just put them in with my arrows.
Yeah. Hey, it's a magic bag. Who knows?
Yeah.
At some
It's
point, we
fine.
should figure out how much it holds. But
They have magic dividers.
Yes. Magic filing system to keep the arrows out of the water.
wibbly wobbly, spacey wacy stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
You put one of those bags inside of another bag like that.
I haven't
Always
tried
find
it.
out.
We should find another one.
Okay. Anything else you would like to buy? He's got shovels. He's got pickaxes, lanterns.
I think I'm already carrying a
I got
shovel.
lanterns. I got a pickaxe.
All right.
We have a 10.
don't have
I
a
think we're good.
shovel, though.
Alright.
Did y'all say shovel?
I've got a shovel.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
know
Not
why
that
I'm carrying
fast.
it. Apparently, I have 2 shovels. I'm not sure why I'm carrying 2 shovels, but I am.
Are you an archaeologist?
Yeah, well, you know, one for
Each hand.
latrine duty and one for fire pit duty. I don't know.
There you go.
I don't know your life.
I think I must have
Do
picked
we?
one up probably in the cobalt, an extra one up in the cobalt cave, perhaps.
Probably.
yeah, they
Yeah.
had a bunch.
Yeah.
Great. So Polyphor wishes you well. You have gone to him and supplied yourself with a variety of
Things.
water bags. What would you like to do?
Should we stock up on firewood, or do you think, or did we see stuff that on the way that we could like break into firewood?
I mean, you've got a lot of arrows now, and I still have like 5 or 7 pounds of wood in here.
Yeah, but I feel like that'll go fast. I don't know how long we're gonna be gone.
Well, you promised me you'd be back from in a week.
That's true.
It's true.
We have a timeline.
Hopefully, if we get one more level, I get Animal Messenger.
Yeah.
I mean, Jared, were there trees on the way that we could like break into more wood? Or
I mean, there's definitely shrubs and like bushes. It's essentially plains, so like there might be a few like sparse trees. Because you've kind of left the withered pines now.
Like
So
scrub.
yeah, it's like scrub. So like there's brush around, there's kindling, and you may find trees around the way.
And I've got this super handy flaming sphere that will mostly hurt people.
that's not a campfire.
No,
But
it's not.
You could create a bonfire.
No, she doesn't have that.
Oh, she doesn't have a
No,
campfire.
no. Oh wait, yes I do. But only existing ones. If someone has a torch, I can turn it into a fire.
Yeah, that's control flame. Create bonfire is a different cantrip.
Yes.
I'll create bonfire. I'll look around and see if there's like a woodworker shop that I can pick up a bunch of firewood at.
Easy enough to do. You can get like a bundle of firewood for like 1 silver.
How long does a bundle last?
Depends on how long you use it, how often you use it.
Every night.
If you use it like all night, every night, 1 bundle will last about 3 days.
The big bundle.
Greg, we're gonna need that bag.
All right.
I'll just get 3 bundles.
Okay. Yeah, they sell it to you for 3 silver.
I wonder what happens if you put the tent in the bag and then open.
Why?
I don't think he would open.
There's things I want to try, but Tanner says no.
Well, I mean, because if you can't go in the bag. I know that. I tried that. Things die if they stay in the bag too long, like at all. But so you couldn't go in there and say the words, and so then the tent probably wouldn't open. I don't think the tent would fit when it starts opening.
I also don't
like,
think
into
the bag
at that point.
opens large enough for spooky.
Right, I don't think it fit.
Okay.
But it
Well,
fits
now we know.
bundles of wood.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
true.
I mean, you can just like
Those are
put it in
narrow.
1 piece at a time. So.
Yeah.
I think we should.
So a few hours pass.
Oh.
Between all these shopping shenanigans.
Yeah, I don't think we're traveling today anymore.
No.
I mean, you know, it's like 2 in the afternoon by this point, so.
We could get a start and at least be a few hours into our journey.
We can at least try to get off this plateau.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, and Polyphor gave you general directions. There's no road to throw. It's more like, you know, here's some rough coordinates.
Well, I can't get lost.
The road to throw.
Fair enough. But just, you know, in general, there's not like a road you follow. It's just kind of you make your own path through the desert. Because, you know, sand dunes shift, so.
There's a lot to be said for starting not in the hottest part of the day.
Yeah.
So you trek down. So you're leaving now. This is your plan to depart Red Sand.
Yes. Through
I guess,
presumably
yeah.
the southern gate.
Yeah. So leaving out the southern gate, there's a few towns guard who watch you, and you go back down that switchback path for about an hour, and begin walking south toward the desert. This area is scrub brush. There's a small footpath along the way, nothing too crazy. But yeah, you guys head on out and trek down, having no problem. The night comes, you can set up camp. And as you set up camp that first night, that is where we will take a short 5-minute break. So when we come back, we will have our next day activities. So thank you, everyone, and we will be right back. So be right back. Hello, everybody. We are back. Thank you for bearing with us as we took a little bio break. Fantastic. Spoot will be right back presently. In the meantime, everybody, you can do a watch order for the evening. Defect is fine taking the first watch if everybody wants that to happen.
Sure.
Sure, why not?
Great.
Sure, let him.
Cool. All right.
I'll do last watch.
All right.
The middle watch. I didn't sit a watch last time we stopped.
Okay.
Great. I'll sleep and not watch.
All right. So go ahead, give me perception checks for your watches.
I think Greg's taking second.
Yeah, if
Sorry?
we have to do 4. Yeah, I'll do 1.
Oh, there is 4. Oh, I can take. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
4.
Okay, great. Cool. All right. Greg, during your watch, with a 14, you didn't make it like super far. You can still see the plateau in the distance. It's a fairly clear night. There's all kinds of stuff wandering around, but nothing dangerous. It seems you're still close enough that that nothing too crazy is going around here. Adis, as you take your watch, you pick up on, because you're well versed in nature in general, you can sort of taste the dryness that's beginning to seep into the air. You're muted.
No, I'm just doing that like when you wake up with cotton mouth.
Oh, yeah, very much so. And Carolee, it's just a calm night as far as you're concerned. Nothing too crazy. And and Defect didn't report anything wild, so.
I would like to, like before I sleep for the night, use that the plane sense thing.
Oh yeah, go for it. So you use that. You do not get any sense of a planar gate within a mile of you.
Okay.
Fantastic, no problem. So as you trek out in the morning, what is your marching order?
The usual, I guess. Adis at the front. I'm toward the rear.
Probably Defect, then me.
Okay.
Or I don't know where Carolee sits, but wherever
think
Defect's in front.
I think I'm right in front of Spoot. Is my normal spot in this marching order.
Yeah, totally. Very cool. I dig it. I just wanted to make sure.
It works.
Yeah, absolutely. So Adis, go ahead, make a perception check for me as you begin your walking away. Great, cool. So you are very aware of your surroundings this day, which is great. The morning sun is rising. It is not, it's bright, but it's not like super obnoxious. Which is good. But some time goes by, and along the path, you see some rustling in some brush off to one side of the path. And it's like a little footpath is what you're traveling on. So.
I'll just like keep an eye on the rustling. Like, is it a big bush or is it a small bush?
It's like a fairly large scrub bush, yeah.
I'll just kind of like, because I imagine I'm a little bit ahead of the group, so I'll just kind of like point towards the bush just so people like notice it.
Okay. As you kind of pointed out, everybody kind of notices the rustling, so it's all fine and dandy. The shrub does not appear to like move. You've had some problems with shrubbery in the past.
Please no.
It does not
Yeah.
like chase out and attack you as you're watching it, however.
It does, like, throw Grig in front.
There's like a few large rocks as well as bushes, and behind one of them you can see like the shadow of a humanoid figure. Like the sun is coming in from behind them, so you can see the shadow creeping along the ground around the corner of the rock.
So I'll just like, when I see that, I'll stop, and then just like wait for everybody to catch up, and then
Yeah.
I'll kind of like point out the shadow. There's someone hiding behind the rock.
I can just, Greg is waving the tiny jeweler's hammer around.
I mean, I could just, I'll wave an arrow around.
Yeah, and I can just call out to them and see if they want to talk.
Yeah, whatever works.
I'm just gonna look at Spoot, just like tired. When has diplomacy ever worked?
There was
I
that
can make
one
it-
hobgoblin.
I can make it snow on them.
The one hobgoblin that walked away because you used magic.
And when you say walk away, it kind of.
Well, we didn't have to fight him.
Yes, but we fought literally
Literally
every other hobgoblin.
Well, yeah.
I don't know personally, but the humans of this era seem a bit more aggressive.
Humans?
I don't know, it looks human. Humanoids. Things along the road seem a bit more aggressive.
Should we
Have they
just
jumped out yet? We're talking so long.
Yeah, as you're kind of huddled around in this group, kind of talking
We stand there debating.
of talking about this in your little huddle, creatures definitely jump out.
Creatures.
Yeah, so charging out of the bushes from behind rocks, there are these hyena-looking people.
Oh no, not the hyena people again.
Yeah, except they're actually on two legs. A lot of them are just like, they just start laughing and rushing towards you. And one of them is definitely more well armored and is carrying a big glaive and is pointing in your direction as they all charge out of the bushes. Let me show you.
Okay, where's our handy dandy diagram?
Yes.
Oh, there we are.
Yep.
Oh, there is sort of a road.
Yep.
There's
There's
a
a little.
footpath.
There's a little footpath.
I like
Ah,
this art. This background's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Sweet as
Um,
happy. It's kind of a road.
Yeah. You see charging out from the shrubs and the bushes. Oops. You see creatures. They're just they just like rush right out of the brush from behind from behind the rocks, and they are just going full bore towards you. Most of them look like this fine fellow.
Is he carrying an arm on his waist?
He
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
And a necklace
And
of
fingers.
digits
Yeah.
of some various creatures. A snarling
Humanoid.
grin. Yeah. And then there's this guy who's got more like a mohawk mane, wearing much more intimidating
my.
armor, with a very
Is he
large
breathing fire?
glaive. No, that's just his hand. It's just the artwork.
Ah, okay.
So I will need everyone to roll initiative, please.
Yep.
Cap those
Yup.
high.
Ooh, nat 20.
Nice.
You were ready with that jeweler's hammer.
Yeah, I was ready.
Yeah.
Ready.
Yep. 6. It's about on par.
One day you'll nat 20 that initiative.
Yeah.
You know what? The first feat I'm taking.
What is it? Alert, I think it is.
The alert. Yep.
That's the one.
+5.
I
And I
like
might roll
observant
normal.
because having like 25 passive perception is fantastic.
Who does? You do?
No, when you have the observant feat, you get +5
Oh.
passive.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's
I
pretty good.
like that.
I have a passive insight that's pretty high, higher than normal. I haven't really called that in yet. Might be interesting. But I digress.
Fantastic. So then, oh gosh,
Sorry, what's happening?
Greg,
Oh man.
you are the
Where's
first to act. All these things are charging out towards you.
Cool. Well, I am gonna do the really surprising thing and shoot a firebolt at the one in armor.
Okay. Yeah, the one with the
Please.
big glaive.
Yep.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, it's only a 9.
Oh dear.
That will not hit. It
So
dodges
bad.
out of the way of your little firebolt.
I'm gonna bonus action hide behind Spoot.
Okay.
Oh my god, only an 8.
All right. Well, next up is the big dude with the glaive,
That's unfortunate.
who moves kind of around you all, because you cast a firebolt at him, so he's going to move to there. And he swings his glaive at you.
So much reach.
That is a 20 to hit for 4 points
Oh,
of
that hits.
slashing damage.
Okay.
And he swings again with a 9 to hit.
Misses.
Okay, so he hits you the first time, but not with the second attack.
Yep.
Next up is Carolee.
Yeah. I'm gonna cast some spike growth.
Oh, yeah. That is a what size area?
That is a 20-foot. It's a 20-foot cube, 20-foot circle, 20-foot radius.
Great, cool.
And we're gonna.
Where would
put it right
you
there.
like it to be?
I'm gonna switch to the thing that you can actually see, and I'm gonna put it right here in the middle of these guys, or actually just behind them, so it doesn't catch. You know. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 20 feet encompassing these people. But, not my friends.
All right.
What is that funky sphere?
So it's a 20-foot radius, right?
Yes.
I like this spike growth.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Oh, but I only use one.
Lord have mercy.
All right. So you put it right there.
Down a little? Yeah, like that.
Very cool, very cool. Bonk. Great. So it's right there. This area becomes difficult terrain when a creature moves into or within the area. It takes damage for every 5 feet it moves. Ooh, very nice. Any creature that can't see the area at the time. Okay, great. So when they move, they will take piercing damage.
Correct.
Cool. No saving throw. Nice. Well, next. Do you want to do anything else? You can
No.
You can move. You can bonus action.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Well, next it is their turn. So they will indeed move out of it. So you can roll damage as they each move 5 feet out of it.
How many? There are 4 of them?
Yeah, but they all take the same damage, so it's
Oh, okay,
just
great.
3d4. So they all take 6 points of damage.
Nice.
Very cool, very cool, very cool.
Hubby girl, what's up?
All right, and you are concentrating on that spell.
Yes.
Bonk. Cool, cool. So they all move out. The first one is going to make a bite attack on you, Carolee, for a 19 to hit.
Ouch.
For 6 points of damage, piercing damage. And then 2 swipes of its short sword. It's like going crazy, just like attacking you. Without abandon, it seems. It's very driven. However, the short sword is an 11 and a 12 to hit.
They both miss.
Great. The next one goes after Spoot. He attempts to bite Spoot with an 8. And then 2 short sword attacks, a 7 to hit, and then a natural 20.
Ooh.
Natural 20 hits.
Yeah, that is for 12 points of piercing damage.
That was just a little tap, wasn't it?
Yep. And then one runs up to Adis, attempts to bite Adis with a 14 to hit.
Damn it, yes. That hits.
For 6 points of piercing damage. And then a 14 with the first short sword for 7 points. And then a 13 on the second short sword. So that misses. And then one of them also tries to bite Defect. With a natural 1, busting a tooth off and like yowling in pain as it like hurts itself attempting to bite Defect. So it lays into him with short swords. However, both his attack hits for a total of 12 damage from both of those. It is now Defect's turn, who will use his bonus action to rage. And then he will lay into this first guy with his great axe. And with a 21, will absolutely hit and deal 15 points of slashing damage to the guy in front of him. He will then move around and kind of draw his attention this way. Adis, it is your turn.
I'm going to run out, taking the air. Wait, no.
There are 2 in your immediate vicinity.
Yeah. I'm going to draw my short sword and attack the one that's I'm flanking with Defect with.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use the planar warrior.
Okay, remind me what that does.
It makes it so I do force damage, but the extra one.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Make your attack roll. You have advantage.
17.
A 17 will hit.
So that's 6 piercing with 6 force.
Yeah, that definitely hurt as your sword like jabs into him and then pushes in even deeper and you pull it back out again. Definitely bleeding a lot. This one's like, oh, looking pretty rough. Anything else?
Nope, that is it.
All right, Spoot. It is your turn. There's one who bit your shell and slashed you with a short sword. Or attempted to bite your shell and did stab you pretty bad.
Okay, I'm gonna this is not good. I'm going to start by casting Bless on the 3 party members in front of me.
All right. So who's getting the bless?
So that'd be Adis, Grieg, Kierley.
All right.
Sweet.
And does everyone understand how that works? Or do I need to give you like a quick Spark Notes version? Got it.
Yeah.
They get to roll a d4 on attack rolls and saving throws.
Correct. So if you miss, roll d4.
But not the damage.
Correct.
Not damage, just to hit. Great. And then I am going to.
What you doing, sweetheart?
Here's a dumb question. Can I
Yep.
still disengage after I've cast a spell?
No, because your spell was the action that you took.
That's what I thought. I didn't know if it had to be like threatening action or not. Okay.
Nope.
1
action, 1 bonus action, and a movement.
I will hunker down and get ready to get hit.
All right. Greg, it is your turn.
Okay. How terrible does Spoot look? Does Spoot look like dying terrible or
You can make a medicine check.
for free?
Yeah. Are you trained in medicine?
No.
Okay. You can still make one. It just raises the DC.
Cool. 10.
He got stabbed by a sword, so he's probably hurt.
Probably
Okay.
bleeding.
Definitely bleeding.
Oh, okay. I think I'm gonna try this thing and see if that is helpful. And then I'll almost look back. Because that is what Grig's instinct would be unless it was really obvious. Cool. So I'm gonna scamper over here. Right about I think
Okay.
that's the extent of my movement.
Did you disengage,
And-
or are you just running?
Yes, my bonus action disengage.
Okay.
Run over here. Sorry, so many words in my brain that it
Mhm.
didn't get said out loud. And I'm going to cast Thunder Wave
Okay.
to hit these 2, these ones.
All right.
And my goal, obviously, is to knock them back into those spines. DC 13.
So, what is the direction you're casting? Because it originates from you, right?
Yeah, so my goal is to have it originate
So you're doing like a
from me to like a wall type of thing. You can't see my
like this kind of.
yeah. I guess I could do it from like that.
Okay, cool.
I guess do it from there, but
Yeah, that's probably If you do it from there, it's probably a better.
I'll do it
option
from
for
there.
them. All right,
Otherwise,
cool.
you're just
yeah.
pushing him into us.
Great. So that's a what kind of save? Constitution.
Constitution
Okay, great. What is the DC?
13.
They both succeed, one critically so.
Damn, they still take half damage, I do believe, but they
Okay,
don't
great.
get pushed.
So they each take the 3 damage.
And then I will finish my movement just by scooching that last 5 feet out of the way.
Okay, great.
Does it do extra damage against dog ears?
I wish.
No.
It is very, very loud.
Yeah, it definitely hurts them. They go "Arr!" as they hear the emanate off of your little hammer after you smack it to the crescent wrench.
That's right. Crescent Wrench Jewelers.
Next up, our dude with the pole arm keeps chasing you, Greg.
Ugh.
First attack is a 22 to hit for 7 slashing damage.
Okay.
The second attack is a critical hit
Oh,
for 14 points of damage.
Sure. What was that? A -7 and then a -14?
Correct.
Great, I'm unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh noes. So you all hear Greg go and squirt out and fall to the ground unconscious. They are in bad shape. This guy then moves a little bit closer in. Carly, it is your turn.
I'm going to find the right window, and then I'm going to throw Yeah. I'm gonna throw. Oh, I just did it twice. Sorry.
That's okay. We'll take the first one.
I meant the first one.
Yep.
Putting that slot back. At our friend with the polearm.
All right. So the 10 does not hit. He will roll the dex save. And he fails the dex save, so he takes the 9 cold damage. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
And no one else is close enough to be impacted by that. So.
Right. Okay. Next up is our angry little chewbone friends. The first one attempts to bite Carolee, but not with a 10.
Nope.
And then 2 short sword attacks, both with a 14 to hit.
No.
All right. Next one going after Spoot. Bite is a 6 to hit, and then 2 short swords, a 12 to hit, and an 18 to hit.
Nah, none of those hit.
Okay. The one going after Adis attempts to bite with a 7, and 2 short swords, a 12 and a 10. They seem to have gotten their first round was their good round. The next one is going to attempt to take out Defect. Rolls a 20 on his bite, dealing 3 points of damage, reduced from 6. And then 2 short sword attacks, both of which bounce off of Defect's armor. Defect, in his ultimate rage, angry that his friend Grig has fallen,
No!
rolls at advantage with an 18 to definitely hit, totally obliterating this guy right here, like pretty much bisecting him as his axe goes. And then moves in to deal with this bad dog. Adis, it is your turn.
All right, I am going to. Sorry, thinking. I'm going to disengage. Did we agree that the good berry is an action or a bonus action?
Popping a good berry to yourself is a bonus action, but administering it to someone else is a full action.
Okay. I'm going to disengage towards Grig.
Okay.
And then just like kind of get the berry out and ready.
Okay. Great. Spoot.
Is our friend Greg still on the ground and conscious?
Very much so.
They are indeed.
And I will whisper yell some aqua in their direction and give them a little healing word.
Go for it. Grig gains 7 hit points and is no longer unconscious.
Bleh!
And
Oh. Hey, Adis.
Oh, hi there. Howdy ho.
When did you
Oh,
get
hi.
here?
What else would you like to do, Spoot?
And then I will attempt to smash into this gentleman right here
Go for it.
with my mace.
A 19 will absolutely hit for 2 bludgeoning damage.
Mighty 2.
Oh my gosh.
Nice. From the mighty Spoot.
One day, I'm like level 8, I'll...
You'll hit for 5 and it'll be amazing.
Yeah.
Gasp.
Greg, it is your turn.
Okay. Greg is going to bonus action disengage.
Are you going to spend half your
Um,
movement to get up?
Yeah,
Okay.
I will do that. I should get up, huh? Bonus action disengage.
Yeah.
And then just scamper a little further back. Over
Okay.
here.
Yep.
And gonna Is the green dot still applies, right? I still have bless even though I went unconscious, or does it drop because?
No, because the source is spoot, it's still valid.
Cool. I'm gonna get brave and just cast firebolt at the thing. Well, that's really sad because even plus a d4, there's probably no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8, 9, 10, 11.
12
12?
does not hit, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Dang.
bastard.
All right.
Cool.
But that's okay. It is now its turn, and it now has a new problem in defect.
Good.
Get him!
So it's going to attempt 2 attacks. The first one hits with an 18, but instead of dealing 7 damage, it deals a paltry 3 damage.
Yeah.
The second attack misses as defect blocks it with his own axe. Carolee, it is your turn.
All right. Well, I reckon it's time to whack the guy in front of me.
Yeah.
Oh, bummer.
It dodges out of the way and kind of chuckles at you.
Yeah, that's a little sad. Oh, but wait, I have a bonus.
You do.
Oh, shoot.
With a 13, that does not hit.
It was worth a try.
Yeah, it was. You do have a bonus action if you want to bonus action into anything.
No, I don't. The shillelagh was the bonus action on the quarter.
Oh, because you cast it and attacked it, so that was your attack. And great. Cool. So next to the creepy dudes. The first one's going to try to bite Carolee. For 10 damage, or for a 10 to hit, so not so much. The first short sword, however, is an 18 to hit for 6 points of piercing damage.
I'm sorry, what was that?
6 points of piercing damage. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for your spell area. So DC 10. Whoop, and with that, the area of thorny ground is gone. And Carolee has lost concentration on that spell.
Bollocks.
Unfortunate.
This guy moves up here. This guy is going to bite at Spoot with advantage. But a 16 does not hit Spoot, I believe.
Nope.
Bounces
off.
However, the first short sword is another critical.
Ugh.
Oh, lovely. My favorite.
For 12 points of damage.
Great. I'm unconscious.
Okay. So, unfortunately...
Crits tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a lot of crits, actually.
Really is.
Unfortunately, you see Spoot go down, which unfortunately means the bless also fades off of those who had it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy's going to keep moving, seeing that he assisted in distracting Spoot. Whoops. An attempt to bite Carolee. A 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, for 5 points of piercing damage.
And I'm unconscious.
All right.
Another one bit me?
Yep. This guy.
And we thought we could take a dragon.
So he's going to move in to defect with his boss to finish out his attacks. But not with an 11 and not with a 16 actually does hit. So defect takes another 3 points of damage, reduced from 7. These ones will use their movement to come in towards you, Adis. Defect is going to smash or slash into the boss because that's what he does. However, not with a 7, unfortunately. Adis, it is your turn.
Not ready to die. I'm just gonna, just slash with Planar Warrior.
Yeah, go for it. Which one are you attacking?
One right in front of me.
Okay, go for it. Oh yeah, natural 20, baby.
Oh, thank goodness.
At least one of them's on our side.
I don't feel like it's gonna actually do that much, though.
Well, roll double dice and. All right, cool.
That's damage.
Oh, look.
Oh yeah.
Nice. That's 13. No, yes, 13 plus 5. That's 18. Yeah, that hurt him a lot. Okay. Spoot. I need you to make a death saving throw, please. Oh, that is one failure on the Spoot.
Yep.
Grig, it is your turn. You have seen 2 of your allies fall, and 2 of these things rush in on Defect, and 2 on Adis.
Crap, I say. And I'm gonna make my Protector Eldritch Cannon. That's my action, and as a bonus action, make it go right away. So we get 10 temporary hit points.
All right.
What's it and I? Adis and I.
All right, so you plop it out right there.
Stupid human.
Yep. Stupid human. And then I am going to scamper this away. Oops. Use my movement and try to make this my path. Coming down this way using all my movement. I just ran into a character sheet, so coming this way.
Okay.
With my cannon on my back, so it'll move with me.
Oh, the cannon is moving with you.
Yeah, it's little.
Great.
It'll move with me.
All right, cool. I think you actually have 5 more feet of movement.
Okay.
I think you
Yeah.
moved 25. So.
Okay, cool. Thanks. I just ran out of room because the Eldritch Cannon character sheet was in the way.
Funny how that works.
Small screen
sometimes.
problems.
Yeah.
Right. Cool. Well, the dude with the glaive is going to miss Defect and hit Defect, but instead of 10 points of damage, he deals but 5. But Defect is being worn down bit by bit. Carolee, I need you to make a death saving throw, please. Oh no, that is also one failure.
Yep.
All right. Now we have the other dudes. First one, bite against Adis, is a natural 1. Adis, you get your sword up blocking it, and it takes some damage.
I just heard natural and almost started crying.
I know, me too. I was so worried.
Yeah, it's like, "Arr!" And it kind of chips its tooth, and its mouth now has a cut on it from your sword.
Bad dog.
Slap it on the nose.
And it misses with its 2 short sword attacks. The second one is going to try to bite you. It will succeed for 3 points of piercing damage. However, its short sword attacks will not hit you. But it does swing around, realizing its stupidity after the fact. The last one against Defect will bite Defect for 1 point of damage. And 2 short swords, one of which will hit for another 1 point of damage. And it is Defect's turn.
Defect smash.
Defect will slash away. For 22 will hit for 14 points of slashing damage. Oh, plus he's raging, so actually forgot that last time, so it's -6 in total.
Awesome.
Great. Adis, it is your turn. You have been offsided by both of these bad boys.
Yeah. Not liking
Away!
that. What'd you say?
Run away! Disengage!
Gonna disengage.
Okay. All right.
And, I don't think I have anything bonus action.
No spells.
I mean Hunter's Mark, but
Well, okay.
yeah, that's it.
Okay, Spoot, I need you to make another death saving throw, please.
All right.
Oh God, no! That's
Okay,
another
it's just
failure.
It's just one. It's just one.
No, that's two.
That's
now.
2 failures for Spoot.
I know, but it's not a nat 1, so it's not the next 2. There's one more to happen.
That is correct. It is not a
There's
natural
one more chance.
I have one more
Yeah.
chance. What's everyone doing next Wednesday?
one.
I'm suddenly
Well-
it is now Greg's turn.
Great. Greg is gonna run their little hiney up in here and tap Spoot and do a cure wounds.
All right, do it up.
10 points. And
Ooh.
my lovely cannon friend, Little Chomper, is going to reblast the protector thing and 11 temporary hit points.
Do you want to scooch him over a
Nice.
little bit?
Yeah, that's fine. He's right on top of me. I just can't physically put the token on top of me.
Oh, okay.
He's on my shoulder because it's tiny. So there you go.
So I got 11, 10?
11 temporary hit points.
Oh, nice.
Oh, is it a tiny sized thing? I can fix that in the future.
Yeah,
I
it is
thought it
tiny.
was. I thought it was small.
I
I'll-
think we're gonna make it tiny so it can ride on me.
Okay, I'll fix that in the future.
Cool.
It's actually not hard. I can just do this. All right. There.
I'm still
Baby
imagining
deep.
this.
Here's my little baby.
Yep. Okay, cool. So it's actually on you. So Adis, you also got that 11 if you needed it.
I'm alive.
Great.
Yeah.
The glaive dude. Will miss once again and he will hit the second time, but instead of 5, he deals 2 points of damage. Carolee, I need you to make a death saving throw. Oh my God, no! Wait. Oh no.
No, that was 3.
I know. But you gained temporary hit points. I'm not sure if temporary hit points
I don't know.
will bring you back.
I don't know. Do I get those temporary hit points if I'm unconscious?
I
I'll look it
mean,
up.
maybe. Can unconscious creature?
You were in range and I would have tried to give it to you.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Greg likes the lady with the walking in the likes trees.
This
That's
is
who you are to
something.
Greg. I don't know.
There is no rule that prevents an unconscious creature. A stable creature doesn't make death saves.
Would it stabilize her getting 10 temporary hit points?
I think that's more the question because
Yeah.
like
So they do not count as real hit points. So that's one thing.
it's homebrew.
What I'm seeing is it will allow you to take more hits, like preventing a double damage thing. But it
So
won't-
yeah. So it is. You do not regain consciousness from it. You do have them, but it's just like a magical shield around you, kind of providing more vita. But
Right.
so you still would have to make the save, unfortunately.
Right.
So unfortunately, Spoot, you look next to you as you are on the ground, and you see Carolee
Oh my god.
stop breathing.
Well, that's rough.
Next, our little friends up around here. This one is going to come around defect. They've all seemed to have been ordered to attack the big dude. First one gets a crit on the bite, dealing 4 points of damage. And then misses with the short sword attack. Misses with both of them. Bite attack misses. Short swords both miss. Bite attack hits for 1 point of damage. Short sword hits for 5 points of damage, reduced from 10. And natural 1 with the second short sword, bouncing off, smashing back in, slashing his own arm. Pretty deeply, actually. Defect is looking very, very rough. Defect is going to roll a d4 in his rage. And is going to slash at this one on the top here. Or the Pack Lord, I mean. For a natural 20.
Wait, defect?
Yeah, defect rolled a natural 20.
Oh,
Nice.
I started fearing the worst when I heard the words natural and 20 in the sentence.
For a total of 12 points of damage. Adis, it is your turn.
I'm going to now take my bow out and pew pew the big guy with the glaive.
Go for it.
Wait, no. Can I see which gnoll I stabbed before?
It is this one up in the top here.
Alright, I'm going to shoot that one.
Okay, go for it.
Not with an 11.
An 11 will not hit, unfortunately. Can't get it to curve around defect in the right way. Spoot, it is your turn.
I'm going to crawl to Kirley's side and do a desperate medicine check to confirm what I already know is true, but trying to act in character.
Kirley is dead. Not just unconscious, but she has slipped.
There's no.
Her soul has apparently departed her body.
Great. Then I'm going to cast. Okay. I'm going to cast Healing Word onto Defect. Words.
Yep. So Defect regains 5 hit points.
And I'm going to... I don't know. Step up to the side here. And we did say casting a cantrip is... Why am I drawing a blank? You can, if you've cast a spell, you cannot cast a cantrip?
You can cast one spell and one cantrip, providing one of them is a bonus action. So since Healing Word was a bonus action, you can cast an action.
Okay.
Spell strip.
I don't know why I blinked on that, but I'm going to try to yell and distract this guy here by throwing some Sacred Flame.
I've got it. I don't actually know what a Phoenix Downs is, but...
What's that?
Don't worry about it. I was responding to a chat question.
Oh.
I agree. I don't know what a Phoenix Downs is.
So which one were you firing at? Sorry?
This one here.
This guy on the bottom? Um,
All unintelligible things in Aquan that are very vulgar. So.
yeah, he manages to dodge out of the way as he hears the words being hurled at him.
They all do.
I hear the Aquan and I just like clutch my pearls.
Yeah, I said some really awful things about his mom.
Yeah, it was quite rude of you.
Spoot, don't make me get the soap.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it's great.
Everything is awesome.
This is fine.
Cool. Great. Actually. Cool. So the next thing that happens, actually, is from the bushes, a series of arrows launch out. Oof. Okay, and they come flying in the direction of Defect, and you all see them as they fly out. However, they hit the gnolls. Quite badly, actually. They take some damage. One of them gets an arrow like right into the eye, this bottom guy here. And like it's like almost going through his skull. He's still alive, but he's definitely blinded for the rest of his life.
Good.
Bye-bye, eyeball.
And this one up here, whoops, also takes some damage. However, you then hear, in common, you hear a shit. And you see emerging from the brush 3 more humanoid figures. Pachow. In various leather armors that all seem to match one another. And that is what happens. Greg, it is your turn.
Cool. Greg is gonna scamper up in here with the whatever it's called, my little eldritch cannon, Chomper.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to firebolt the one that looks wounded.
Up at the top?
Yeah, the one who I saw Adis shoot at.
Yeah, go for it.
21.
21 will hit.
8 damage to that one, and my protector is gonna do a little blue loop as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
You blast him in the face with fire, and he dies. Brrr!
Cool. And so Defect gets 4 temporary hit points. It was a bad roll that time. So sad.
Okay. Next up is the guy with the glaive who just got peppered with arrows. He's going to look around and yeah, he's too crazy and ragey. He's just like very angry. So he's going to keep glaving at Defect. However, he only hits once. Good thing he had some hit points there, because he would have taken 6 points of damage. So he only actually ends up taking 2 because of the temporary HP. Caerly is unfortunately unconscious. Well, down, actually. The remaining two guys are way smarter than their boss, so they disengage and begin running away.
Defect gets opportunity attacks. Question mark?
They disengaged.
It isn't.
Oh, right. Damn it.
But it is now Defect's turn, and Defect will definitely slash away with a 17 hitting and dealing 9 points of damage to that guy. Adis, it is your turn.
I was gonna cast Fairy Fire on all of them, but I kept getting hit.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you guys like huddled up and grouped up and talked about stuff, which
I wasn't imagining they were that close. I thought we were like a bit further back.
Yeah.
And I was
someone used the term huddle, and so that's what I put you in.
And they used too many nat 20s is really what it comes down to.
They did roll really well.
Yeah.
And I rolled especially poorly.
Also,
That is
if it gets
true.
back to Greg, Greg is going to fire the shit out of one of them.
Adis, it is your turn, though. What would you like to do?
shooting the big guy.
Yeah, 22 will definitely hit. For 8 points of force damage. Very cool.
15 points of force.
Oh, minus another 7. Okay, yeah. And Spoot, it is your turn. He's looking really rough now. He's got arrows peppered all in him.
Oh, this big guy?
Yep. Oh, you're no longer prone, of course, so.
Ah, yes. Fantastic. I will come across his back here, and I'm going to try to hit him with my mace. What little that will do, we shall see.
Oh.
Yes, a critical will hit him.
About time.
Spoot,
I'll
what does
say
it?
this is for Kearley.
So, what does it look like when you shout this and smash this guy to pieces and kill him?
Break his kneecap!
I think I was going. Yeah, that's a good point. I was going to go for his head, but considering his head would not be in view of my attack, I think I'm going to hit him squarely in the back, right where his spine would be, and I just
Yeah, you hear that.
sever something.
Yeah, you sever his spine. There's another volley of arrows. Towards the gnolls. This guy gets pinned down and dies immediately. And this one also takes enough damage to die.
Oh.
For the record, Greg is still going to fire a firebolt at their bodies.
Okay. Yeah.
Make sure they're dead.
Yeah, you successfully
22.
do so.
Very much so.
Well,
They're on
technically,
fire, but
technically
not
they're prone
really.
on the ground now, so it'd be a disadvantage. But a 15 would still hit.
Oh my god, fine.
So, but yes, the corpses are now burning.
Very dead.
Good.
Greg, that smells terrible.
You smell terrible.
So we can drop out of initiative. As you all collect your wounds and gather, you notice Carolee lifeless and still on the ground as these three figures approach you all.
I'm gonna go down and just sort of gently prop her body up. And yeah, say a little prayer, I guess.
Okay. The three figures, there are two half elves and one full elf. The full elf is arrayed in a has a different colored like sash over their armor. And they look down and they're like, "We are sorry we could not get here in time. We have been tracking these creatures for 3 days since they came up through the arid waste and broke into our protected lands. Is there nothing you can do for her?"
I don't have magic for that, no.
Nor do we.
Is there ever something you can do for this? Huh?
I don't have the kind of magic.
There are powerful healers who can raise the dead, but we are not one of them.
Yes, we should bring you back as a lich.
Wants to
Always something to put on the list.
Right?
I mean, that is one of my D&D goals, is to become a lich.
To become a lich.
At one point in my life.
There are powerful creatures who or clerics and devotees of the gods who can return those who have fallen to life, but from what I understand, it is a time-consuming and worrisome process.
Gonna take someone with much more abilities than I have.
Out of curiosity, does anyone have what is it? It's not it's Spare the Dying.
No.
That's
Okay.
what I was just looking for.
Yeah, that's very much a cleric thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Well, it's been longer than a minute, hasn't it?
Well, Spare the Dying just lengthens the time.
It just stabilizes.
I thought that was...
Yeah.
No, that's...
It also lengthens the amount of time for any kind of spell by like 3, I think.
Like River. Oh, okay.
It's a cantrip, and it's not a cantrip I have.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do not have
Very
Spare the Dying.
specific.
Yeah. It becomes stabled and it has no effect.
If we were closer to a forest, I could have tried to impeach the Fae, but we're not close to any of their openings.
Indeed not. I am sorry. You all look to be in bad shape. There is a village not too far from here, a town on the top of a plateau called Red Sand, that you could perhaps find someone there. But the cost of bringing someone back would be high, as far as I understand. Plus the spell requires a valuable gemstone, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't think... We just started our adventures. We don't have anything like that.
See, well, you are welcome to take whatever of these creatures. However, I do feel some guilt in this, because we were not able to track them until just now. We thought we had them last evening, but they got away. They tricked us in the night.
That's part of the hunt.
Yes, well, it is our failures that have resulted in this death. Therefore,
Greg is going to have...
Shall we, I'm gonna look at, like, Spoot and Grig. Shall we bury her here?
Well, I mean,
Near the
is that a thing? Or should we, like, burn her?
the
That's what Defect and I did the last time someone died with us.
The 3 elven heritaged individuals kind of move off and begin talking amongst themselves in Elvish.
all 3 of them?
Yep. So they're all like 15 feet away from you guys, and they're just over here having a discussion.
Well, I know my village had their certain rights, but should we burn her or bury?
Who are you asking? Are you talking to the group or just you guys?
Jared, would I know anything about her culturally that might give me a better answer?
You can make a history check to remember if you've ever talked about it.
What does Carolee say from the grave?
Well, did Carolee ever talk to Spoot about her burial habits?
I kind of doubt it.
Me too.
Yeah.
But if we did, I don't know if you gave
So
me
you
any
are
clues
so you're
to-
unsure. What I will tell you, Spoot, is that if you burn the body, you definitely cannot just like go get a higher level cleric and do it.
I am Circle of the Forest, which I think is not necessarily encourage burning.
Yeah, you do know she's a druid, so fire is probably not high on her list.
Burying seems more.
Well, unless she was a circle of wildfire. And fire, maybe.
What's that?
As you are all discussing this, you get the sense that these elves. Well, Spoot, you speak Elvish, don't you?
Yes.
Go ahead, make a perception check.
I did speak
To be
Elvish,
honest,
but I don't think that helps anybody.
Yeah, probably not.
From the grave.
Well, Spoot, what's your passive perception, I should say?
Passive perception is 14.
Okay, so we're going to go with that since you're kind of busy dealing with.
I'm mourning the loss of my.
That is enough to just barely overhear what they're saying. A 14. They are talking about specifically the captain being like, "This death is our responsibility. We should offer them aid. If we bring them back to the Enclave, they might be able to do something. Perhaps we should offer them the chance." And they're kind of having this discussion.
Where is the Enclave? I'm gonna say, just speaking to them. How far?
Well, ours is 4 days from here. But if you travel with us, we will not be bothered by creatures. It is not large, but it is. There may be one there who could help you and your fallen friend. But we do not know what the price will be for this aid.
I don't know if we can pay.
Yeah, we'll be like on the hook. We have to say yes, because like we may not be able to do the thing.
We
Or
can,
half the
we can
money.
only offer you the choice.
We can at least hear him out. I mean, if we can't afford it, we can't afford it. But there should be at least we should see what they have to offer. Or what the demand is, rather.
Greg
Yes.
nods. I don't know, yeah. As long as we're not on the hook with like, no choice in the matter.
Mm-hmm.
She was fun.
Fair enough.
I like her because she's not fully.
It's so hard because Greg is kind of like, yeah, whatever. Right? Like,
People die.
She was
Yeah.
fun, but Also, she's dead, so just.
also, yeah.
wait.
No, but like, yeah. Unless you want to make a new character. Let's go. I bet we could learn something from these elves. Ah.
I guess we can wait on the quest. The road is taking.
How
us
far out of the
towards-
way?
They said that their enclave was 4 days from where you are now.
Woof.
But they also said that if you travel with them, they will be able to keep you safe from any other troubles.
From everything else we run into.
Well, traveling
Because we run into things all the time.
encounters sounds nice.
Yeah. We can do that. And then it just means that we have to like, if we're gonna get back in time for Mighty Mees to like, right?
Yes.
That means we like turn around and go right back.
If anything, we can maybe send letter to the town.
Oh yeah, maybe they'll like have a postman. We had those in my town.
Greg, want to help me pick the bodies really quick?
Yeah, definitely. Greg may or may not have already been doing this while talking.
Sure. So each of the ones that have like the necklaces of various digits and whatever have short swords. The big guy, the apparent leader, has the glaive and has a ruined kind of chain shirt with a bunch of holes and slashes in it from Defect's axe, pierced with arrows. They have the other ones are just in studded leather armor, which is also kind of beat up and ruined.
Oh, so I couldn't take that.
I mean, you could take it, but it's all kind of beat up now, in disrepair.
That would have been an AC increase.
Yeah.
Right.
You can probably wear it. There's enough suits of it where you could probably patch together enough to give yourself. I would say if you take all of 4 of them, then yeah, you can make a functioning suit of armor.
Hey,
But it does
I'll
have
take-
dead hyena guts all over it.
It is
Yeah.
it is
I know, yeah.
pretty gross at the moment.
I'm sure there's water around here somewhere I can clean this in, right?
Maybe.
Well, we're not going to the desert,
but
so.
it will take time to like put it all together. But you can take the suits of armor.
It saves me 45 gold, so sure.
There is also a longbow on the back of the big guy with the messed up chain shirt and the glaive, and 20 arrows.
Does it look unique or no?
It's very crudely made, but it's functional. It looks mean, like it's decorated with tufts of fur and like fangs and talons or something.
Cute.
They don't have much gold on them. They do have the leader does have a bag of what appear to be like precious or semi-precious stones. There's 3 agates in there. There's a 1 small bloodstone and a couple of quartz pieces.
Greg, your
Okay.
turn. Your turn.
Yeah, I'll take that. And I want the damaged chain shirt too.
Yeah, you can grab that, throw it in your Grig bag.
Yep.
Defect, you want that glaive?
Defect will pick it up and he goes to put it on his back and kind of realizes something and then puts it on his back and you hear a little clink and you look and like a pair of little clamps has come out of his shoulder right above the tent backpack that you guys have, and it's just like clipped on and like made a little holster for the glaive.
Grig is utterly distracted from the death and destruction and is now over there inspecting Defect again.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to know why it happened. It's just like, oh, I wanted it to be there, and so I put it there.
That's
Cool.
awesome. Do you do this all the time?
No, I mean, I've never put a glaive on my back before.
Right. Okay, but like your pocket up there. That was on purpose? You just like thought it and it happened?
I know I have pockets, and he opens the little kind of compartment that a couple other things have. None of them are like huge, massive like things. They're just like pants pockets essentially. He just has them kind of built in to his body, like the RoboCop,
Nice.
slot for the RoboCop gun. That's kind of the same deal.
So if you need to carry Carolee, would you make a pocket?
No, I just carry her.
Okay.
Well, if she's dead, can you put her in the bag?
The bag doesn't open that large, like the mouth
Yeah, I
of
don't
the
think-
bag. Everybody's always like, just shove them in the bag. Like, it doesn't quite work that way.
There's one time I carried an air genasi in a bag of holding.
I mean, well, double check a bag of holding, but I think it only opens to a certain size. I don't think it will open for...
But I'm kind of long and
Yeah.
narrow.
Yeah, but if it only opens like a foot wide or something, then... In the meantime, the trio of elvish descended individuals is looking you all over and kind of waiting for an answer onto what you're going to do, if you're going to take their offer or not.
I think we're going with them.
Okay. Very cool. They help you to organize a litter for Defect to carry Caerly. And when they are beginning that process, Defect just goes over and just picks Caerly up and is carrying her in his arms. And then like throws over the shoulder opposite the glaive, so he's just like fireman carrying Caerly.
Glaive and Caerly and marching along.
Yeah, pretty much.
With a side clamp that just comes over and keeps it on the shoulder.
Well, it's on his back. It's just on the back of his shoulder. So, but he's using his arm to keep Caerly's body steady. And you begin marching off towards the west. Actually, crossing the road in the direction the gnolls were beginning to flee. And as you march off, the elvish individuals kind of branch off. Two of them run off ahead. One of them stays with your party. And they pretty much vanish into the scrub brush as far as you can tell. And you're all thinking about what you could possibly offer to trade for the return of Caerly. And as you march off into the direction with the sun rising behind you, that's where we're going to end tonight's session, with an unfortunate Caerly happenstance. Caerly is dead.
Going to very sneakily, so that no one is watching, hold Defect's pinky.
Aww.
Oh, that's adorable. Well,
I see that with my 15 passive.
yeah.
Do you though? Sleight of hand 20.
You do not notice Rig holding Defect's hand. So yeah, we'll end there for tonight. Kind of a cliffhanger sadness episode. So hopefully Caerly can come back. If such things work out, hopefully. So we'll be talking about that.
Sarah will come back either way.
Sarah will be back.
Okay.
So we'll figure that out. So by all means, everyone, please come back next week where we'll find out what happens to poor Caerly. We'd like to thank you all very much for joining. We'll go around to a quick round of goodbyes. Let's start with Greg.
Hi, bye. Thanks.
I've got it. Thank you for the follow very much.
Yay! Yeah.
All right, and then we'll go to Sarah.
Thanks for watching, and thanks to those nice elven dudes that showed up.
Yeah. And then we'll go down to Adis, or Tanner, as he's called in real life.
I mean, I know so many people that just like call me by my character name in like any game.
I'm not gonna lie, it's taken me a while to remember everyone's actual names.
Yeah.
Fair.
Having just met you for this.
Yeah, but thanks for watching, guys. almost died. So
Yep. And back up with Matt Spoot.
Matt's food.
Matt Spoot.
Yeah, thanks for watching, and come check it out. Come check us out next week. Hopefully, we revive our fallen druid.
Yeah.
so
And I am Jared. I have been your dungeon master. Thank you for coming. By all means, check us out on Instagram and Twitter at Nuuli Forged. And by all means, come back next week and find out what exactly is happening. We're going to raid Critical Bard just to say hello. So thank you all very much. And we hope to see you next week. Thank you, I've Got It, for following. Thank you, Your Life is Awesome, for following. And we will see you all next time. And Corey, it's nice to see you. So see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.
What's Critical Bard?
He's a streamer.
You don't say.
Yeah.
Gasp.